And we've got everything straightened out as we continue with the hand that had been dealt. Blumstein called with the ace deuce.
Ace to 8 million.
And Ott now is going to raise it to 8 million with his ace 8 of diamonds.
Anytime we've seen Blumstein limp on the button with an ace in his hand and Ott raise from the big blind, he's always opted to go all in.
I'm all in.
And he shoves.
Chop it with a queen high straight.
Down you. Too many chops.
Ott can't possibly fold the ace 8 of diamonds heads up here.
Blumstein likes the ace and the power it gave him, but now calling with the ace is different. But Antonio says you got to do it, Dan.
You just have to do it in a heads up spot when you have 21 bigs and you've raised another 8 million.
Tournament life, worked so hard. Ace 8.
Wow, he might actually fold the way he's thinking. I can't imagine.
It should have been a shove before, right?
Well, he raised out of the big blind.
Yeah.
He's got 21 big blinds to start the hand. If he had less, he probably would have shoved, hopefully. But here,
calling is so different. There's his twin brother Dylan.
Once he's put in the 8 million and facing a re-raise all in from Blumstein, he just has to go with the ace 8 of diamonds here. If his opponent has him out pipped, then so be it. Frustration seems to be kicking in for Mr. Ott.
He's ready to grind it out. Maybe he wants to wait for more of a sure thing, no matter what the shove chart says.
Blumstein can't be too thrilled sitting here with ace deuce
Right?
offsuit going, whoa,
Yeah.
could he possibly have me beat here?
That's like a face of a man who wants to fold, knowing he should call, wanting to do the right thing. Again, two main event rookies here.
Blumstein's still probably confident with his hand. Ott could have 2 picture cards, a couple of Broadway cards perhaps, but even then, Blumstein would much rather just take the pot right here and not go to a flop.
Tortured Dan Ott. He say call? He did say call, and yeah, Dan Ott feels a lot better about it now.
Dan Ott in position for another double up to get back into the thick of this.
He pulls it through with the ace 8 of diamonds here. He'll be up to 42 big blinds. And all of a sudden,
happened pretty quickly.
Could be anyone's game.
Scott shoved in 3 straight hands. And now, if Scott gets lucky, this time he can eliminate Dan Ott and win that money, win that bracelet, and take the title. Ace deuce against the ace 8 at risk. Jack 6-5. Say flop for the ace 8.
Dan Ott still paces uneasily. They check back with their corners. And Ott still a big favorite here to double up.
128 million chips waiting for Dan Ott to claim them. And a 7 of hearts. So you see Blumstein's outs to win this title, just the deuces. Dan Ott pacing uneasily, as is Blumstein.
A deuce and a deuce only would get Scott Blumstein the main event title.
The river card is the deuce! The river comes home!
The deuce finally changed something on the river line.
It is over here at the Rio. Scott Blumstein played nearly flawless poker when he had it and when he didn't, collecting stack after stack on his way to collecting all the chips. Scott Blumstein is the 2017 World Champion.
And he deserves it. He played phenomenal at this final table.
Dan Ott will collect $4.7 million for a very fine performance here in his first main event. John Hess there with a hug. They played some pivotal hands in this main event. Scott overcome with emotion. It's finally over after a grueling 2 weeks of the main event. And the river card comes the deuce, and Scott with his own Lambo leap. And a heartbreaking moment for Dan Ott, who had it right there up until the final card of the main event.